Well, Matt, lords and ladies, Jacob Butter speaking, and welcome back to another episode of yeah, it's me, obviously. Also, I recognized you because no one else has Bangtan in their name, so it was kind of obvious. Anyways, you're all kidnapped or whatever. We're all soulmates, magically bonded, so I had to apprehend all of you because that's standard procedure, apparently. And if you don't believe me, that's exactly what happened in part one of this video. Because immediately upon discovering, yes, the bond is strengthening, I guess it's time to leave. To be fair, I guess the two royals were only at the school to begin with, so they could find their soulmate. So I guess once they were there, they decided to peace out and not get an education. I mean, they're royalty, so they're weird in general. But if I had to hazard a guess, it's about to get significantly weirder than what I just described. Because yeah, the movie is, after all, still called Your Hours, and it is still the wrong your. That being said, if it's a big theme is possession, so who knows? Maybe it was symbolic. It's not. It's not that. So I think that's probably the best summary I could come up with here. Another thing important to bear in mind is the fact that everyone else has their soulmate attachment string things on their wrists, and the main character has two of them on his neck for some reason. So yeah, I hope the royals treat him carefully, because otherwise he's gonna die of asphyxiation before anything happens. So yeah. All right. Anyway, speaking of talking about asphyxiation, hi Aiden.
Hello. Yes. This movie is very bad.
Yeah, part one wasn't exactly very promising. I mean, then again, what were we expecting? This is the same person who made My Shimmering Husband.
Yeah.
And that video is more recent than this one. Not that more recent videos are necessarily better ones. That's not always the case. But
all I'm saying is some of these Gacha creators need to go to school for consent, because I swear a lot of these videos violate the consent of their.
They need to go to school in general. The grammar's atrocious in a lot of these.
Well, I mean, technically, but listen, consent school is very important too. Okay, we love consent. Consent is very important.
We certainly do, although I don't know how much the theme of consent can go in a world that operates on the whole soulmate trope, because that by its very nature is non-consensual.
Yeah. Oh, in Jacob's DM a few days ago, I put in this idea of soulmate divorce lawyers. You see, there's a divorce lawyer who basically goes in front of the magical council being like, listen, okay, Mrs. Murdoch wants to divorce her soul, get rid of her soul contract with Mr. Matt, because they are very bad for each other. I'm pretty sure yesterday they got in a full-on fist fight. Pretty sure they both threw each other through windows. It was not very good.
Actually, objection. Only one person threw the other out the window. The string then pulled the other person through as well. So yeah, that would happen. That being said, what actually is the nature? What happens when not only one person but two end up soul bonding with the same third party, I guess?
Yeah.
I don't know.
God, imagine having to share a womb. Now you have to share a partner forever against your will.
I think you said that last episode, but yes. I don't want to watch the Bad Girls Little Boy 2.0 the first time was bad enough. That is very true. It does seem to be going in the same direction as Bad Girls Little Boy at the moment. And it is also significantly longer than Bad Girls Little Boy.
Yay!
Hey, why did someone recommend this to me? Anyways, without further
They like
ado,
seeing you suffer, obviously.
Yeah.
The kidnapping Black Smoke of Doom.
Yeah. So the royals have get up there. So I just taking the royals example. Oh, sorry, the royals. I keep calling the royals. The royals
Yeah.
example, and start finding your own soulmate. Which, by the way, if people don't remember what happened last time, the gym that
There's a mosh pit.
forced all the souls at once, so everyone else has to mosh pit around. Because I presume that they can't teleport like the royals can.
I mean, the royals seem to be the only demon girls, at least, like specifically demon. I know we have like deer people for like our main protagonists here, but you know, I think they're the only like demons.
I mean, sure. I mean, I don't know if teleportation is a
maybe
power
a demon
exclusive to demons, but maybe.
It's ironically not power of demons in the Butterverse. Ironically, that's not a power of demons. It's a power of angels.
No, but it is of angels. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
The power of the angels in the Butterverse, part of the power.
All right. Well, yeah. Well, actually, yeah. And one of the first angels did in fact teleport through dark smoke with added sound effect. Speaking of which, if people don't remember, What's Up Unicorn never adds sound in general to these videos. So
sound is for losers, Jacob. Obviously.
Yeah. So basically, for What's Up Unicorn things, what I tend to do is play, just music I've got in StreamYard itself.
Okay,
so any music you hear for the duration of this stream will be selected by me, not by the creator. So just bear that in mind.
We need dramatic music because kidnapping just happened.
I've got something. All right. What the heck is going on? Where are we even? And I'm not liking this position. New women could be. Well, I mean, everyone pretty much knew that, actually. Everyone should, be aware of that. Anyways. Enough! Jeez, can you two not touch me? We just became soulmates, not boyfriend or girlfriend. Yeah, only soulmates,
Yeah.
That's step one, obviously.
Soulmates are more intimate. Soulmates are realistically more intimate than a BF and GF, but okay, sure.
I like how you still have to confirm a relationship when there's a magical contract that dictates who you're supposed to be with.
Yeah.
I guess there's consent in some form after all. Maybe we were wrong about that.
By the way, who abbreviates BF and GF verbally? Because like in universe, the character's saying BF and GF. No one verbally says that.
Yeah, this is something that
you're my BF.
Yeah, this is something that I didn't really understand about particularly old gacha, but some new gacha this still happens with. I never understood why people have text speech in, scenes of dialogue.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, text speech nowadays in like phones in general makes less sense than it used to, because I'm pretty sure it originated because of the days where you had like several different letters on one single like number pad. But with touchscreen nowadays, you can just type a word, and sometimes you don't have to bother typing it some of the time. It auto completes and recommends some of the things that you want to say.
Sometimes it auto corrects into the wrong thing.
Well, yes,
against my will.
Okay, autocorrect is a different thing, but I mean like more so like, the autocomplete suggestions that you get when you start typing in certain things, and it like autocompletes either based on previous things you've typed or just, common phrases. It's all texting is much more convenient for the texter than it used to be. So I don't know why the abbreviations have persisted, particularly seeing as the people who, who were who are making these videos most of the time are not within the generation that dealt with difficult texting. So I don't know. It's not like What's Up Unicorn is trying to save time, because these videos drag on incessantly. So I don't know what the goal is here. The voice I gave CJ just a bit less squeaky. Unfortunately, that doesn't help me. I don't remember what voice I gave CJ.
Yeah. I mean, I know the two girls were like really emo.
Oh yeah, no, I gave them like the vocal fry. I remember that much, like obviously. Either way, I don't like to touched like that. I don't like to touched. You literally just assaulted me. Come on. No, come on, Hardy. I know you liked it. You even blushed. You're blushing right now. No respect. I blushed because it was sudden and didn't have the time to process. Plus, you caused me so much trouble for the past few days, and you kidnapped me. Sis, don't get angry. And do like one disinterested kick, I guess. After all, we did kidnap him and touch him places. That's very weird phrasing. You know, it was like shoulder level. They teleported him. Just to clarify.
I mean, hey, at least you're acknowledging kidnapping is bad.
Well, one of them is, yeah. Just because we're royals, we can't just do like with him. Soulmates or not. Didn't you both decide unilaterally?
Yeah.
Here?
I mean, she suddenly learned consent. I don't know where she learned consent from all of a sudden. She just suddenly like, oh yeah, consent's
Not from school, that's for sure.
We can't just assault him whenever we
honestly,
feel like it.
literally the last line was him saying you literally just assaulted me. So, you know, the teleportation is what they're referring to rather than, you know, they haven't done anything else since teleporting him. So nothing to add to the growing list of concerns yet. And one of them is mildly self-aware. We're sorry for the trouble we have caused. We didn't mean any of it. As for Royals, that was very selfish of us. Yeah, sorry, or whatever. Royals? Apologizing? To me? Alright, whatever. I forgive you. Just next time, ask before you do something stupid. Just please send me home. What, not back to school where you just were? Okay, I guess, you know, he's got an excuse to ditch now because the principal thinks that he's been teleported away to, I don't know, consummate the soul bonding or whatever.
Okay, when you get a soulmate, Jacob, all your responsibilities like school, work, job disappear because you have a soulmate now.
This is what Prima Nocta's like in this game. They are royalty after all, so it would count. Yeah, we can really do that. What? Why? Well, first of all, we don't know where you live, so where we even send you, like, obviously.
They just teleport like to like the abyss, being like, "This is not where I live."
I'm sorry, but we needed to meet someone important. It's called a travel guide, so we can figure out where to go.
Did you tell? Please don't tell me you teleported again. Did you tell? What, girl? You just talked about consent. You said you teleported him without his consent. You could be like, "Hey, we need to teleport you somewhere. You cool with that?" Affirmative consent. Jeez.
That is the same woman who said that. So yeah, she's got no excuse. Also,
I thought they were learning consent. Apparently, they're not.
Wow, that was very inconvenient placing. Imagine if his Atlas had just like stabbed him.
You like killed our dad. Like, I think you're going to be put in jail for treason now.
Yeah. Also, why is he in a different position to where, like, you know, he started? I get why did that happen? Because they should be surely posed the same way as they were before, or like just separating or facing each other in some way. Like, okay. All right, fine.
You were like moving during the teleportation, like wailing around a lot, so you got in front of me. That's why.
Switching the positions with you. I don't know how you managed to move. Father, meet our soulmate, Dane Wardusky.
Wait, how do you know his last name? How do you know his last name?
I They called it out on like the register when I wasn't ditching. Maybe, I don't know. He is 17, which I also know from the register, I guess.
The registered assistant, like age, gender, height, full name, social security
They just
number.
pull out all of that from the register. Dane Wardowski, age 17, address blah 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 blah. Yes, miss.
But then they would know his address to teleport him instead of the abyss.
Yeah, true. I guess they don't have the address. Yeah, they just have the social security and credit card or whatever.
Yeah, it's just like Aphma when she gave it out to McDonald's employee.
All students are required to give their like driver's licenses, and that's what their official ID is for everything.
Oh,
So
no.
everything gets listed off.
He is 17, the same age as us, and is a noble. He is mixed with a snow deer, snow white deer.
Yeah, Snow White deer, which I guess answers the question that Ghost Kitty just asked here. Aside from the wings, because well, I mean,
I want to say wings.
yes. Yeah, but we're going to, I guess, discover that sometime later, probably in part 5, the rhythm this movie is going. So that's probably one of the lingering mysteries, because I guess now that we've revealed who the soulmates are, I guess this is either going to be them trying to live with each other, or there's going to be that mystery. Because with My Shimmering Husband, there was a mystery of like how her husband was appearing, but also like the other manifestation that looked exactly like him that went through and was being chased down by all the different people, and the whole like white holes thing and whatever.
Honestly, I wanna do a remake of My Shimmering Husband, but like make it good.
We're just doing abridged, My Abridged Husband. With sound effects and music.
Yeah.
Any improvements. The music. Speaking of.
Oh god, you're touching him. Stop it! Just said!
Wait. You will be an adorable bride.
Femboy?
Why did he say bride? Wait, is that not correct? No, sorry, I meant groom. Sorry, I got the order wrong. My daughters are the brides, with you, the groom, right? Yes, my terminology. Sorry, I've interacted with humans in a long time. Anyways.
Also, how come he is not surprised that his daughters have a single soulmate? Because his daughters are surprised in the last part that they both have the same soulmate, but he isn't surprised. He doesn't even hesitate or question it for a moment. Be like, "Oh, you have the same soulmate. Interesting." Like he doesn't even acknowledge that it's strange.
Maybe he's seen this happen to twins in the past or something.
Well,
I mean,
why
he did. He probably did pay attention in school, so maybe he would have learned that.
If that was the case, though, then why didn't he tell the twins that there's a chance they may have the same soulmate? If he did know that, he should have probably just informed him. By the way, there's like a chance you may have the same soulmate. BT dubs.
Of course. Oh wait, no, never mind. He's saying it right now. He's saying it's quite amazing. I end up being the soulmate. So he is surprised. Actually, we should have looked at the screen. Actually, we were sort of saying that. I've never seen a snow white deer before. Your species is incredibly rare. I'm scared. Why did he call me bride? That's what you're hung up on? You teleported in front of the king, almost impaled him in the face, and soul bonded with with both of his daughters at once, and your biggest concern is being called bride.
Yeah, I mean,
priorities. What are they?
If he doesn't like one of his soulmates, you know what he could do to fix the problem? Kill the one soulmate he doesn't like, and then hide the body.
Okay, well, while we're at it, why not both of them so he can be single again and be free?
Okay, yes, but like killing 2 princesses may get you murdered. Killing a princess may not get you murdered.
Okay, if one if two of the royal family carry a death sentence, assuming the death penalty is a thing in this universe, I would imagine that one of them would count the same. You don't get a slap on the wrist for one, you know.
No. One, it's fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Exactly. It's like murder once, that is fine. Murder twice, go to die.
Mm-hmm. Is that why no one was convicted for what happened to the Romanovs? They just all took turns, so each one got one of them.
Exactly.
Right. Okay then. My daughter sure got lucky with you. That's not plural for daughters. Why is there an apostrophe there?
My daughter's sure. The daughters own the concept of sure now.
My daughter, no, my daughter is sure. But, the other one isn't. But, we can't see her face right now. She's doubting. Surprisingly, for being a powerful royale demon, you're very enthusiastic. That's the wrong you're for sure. Anyway, well, that's probably because things get serious all the time. Very tiring. It's very nice to meet you, Azel. Call me Azel. Or Azel. I'm gonna go with Azel. And since you will soon become my son-in-law, so you can say son-in-law, but bride, I guess, was the anyway. You might as well call me Father Azel.
It makes you sound like a preacher. Are you a preacher?
Well, actually, depending on the royalty, he could be the head of his given church. So, yeah.
Father. Okay. I mean, normally people don't call like the father-in-law's father name. They don't normally do that. That's not a thing.
Yeah, no, it definitely isn't, and also he probably would not have that rank particularly anyway in the church. But sure,
he just took over the church because he's a royale.
Well, based on certain parts of British history, there is precedent for that happening. Well, it's more of a case that he created his own rather than taking one over. But yeah,
dude, I don't think you get this. You're soul bonded to them, meaning you have to get married immediately.
Of course, even though he is, as we've established, 70. Well, actually, depending on where you live, you can get married younger with parental consent.
So, I mean, most places in the U.S. you can technically do that, although it's kind of gross because you go pretty low with the age and marriage, and then child marriage gets involved there. Because ill.
I think I remember that we talked to somebody who was about to get married at 16 until she realized that her fiance didn't know her name right in front of the altar. More questions.
Hi, you. How are you doing today? I love you.
It was more of a case she got called babe a lot. So yeah.
It's like.
I mean, my other question that I posed at the time to her was, did they not do the whole "we're gathered here today to join name and name" matrimony?
Apparently not. We're here.
And from the crew's perspective, you don't think to like, oh yes,
we're gonna join Babe and Greg.
repeat after me. I, Percival, take you, the woman standing in front of me.
Listen, if you're dating someone who don't know your name, how do you not realize they don't know your name? Also,
okay, being called babe constantly, I can see someone not catching on. But also, how did they get together in the first place and not introduce each other? That was the other thing. I think maybe he just forgot at some point, or something.
Yeah, but was he never around like her friends or anything? Because I'm sure their friends would have said her name at least once.
Yeah, or when he went to get permission from parents to get the actual parental consent. Hey, can I marry your daughter of indiscernible description?
What about signing the marriage certificate? What? Oh, I heard
Well,
that
I
one.
don't think they got that far. I think that they usually do that after you've done the, religious declaration. That's usually done then. Well, this is how my cousin did it. So yeah.
I don't know. I just find that ridiculous. It's like, how am I gonna take your last name and you don't even know my first name?
that's what you should have said. That's what you should have said at that moment. You know. How did he propose?
Will you marry me, babe?
Babe Babington, will you spend the rest?
Baby, will you marry me, baby?
So, like I said, I have several questions about that. And when I asked them, none of them provide a satisfactory answer for me. So yeah, that's I don't know.
Will you make me the happiest man in the world with you being a beautiful woman in the world and marry me, babe?
Yes. Precisely, yeah. The irony, of course, is that I've also forgotten her name, but I met her once. I have an excuse.
Yeah. Hey, you're not about to marry her at the altar? What?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, no, that happens next week. I gotta look up. She's got a Twitch account. I'll show you there somewhere. She actually does think she's a streamer. So she's doing well currently, so she's not hung up about it, at least. It makes for a funny story, albeit a confusing one.
Very confusing one.
Behind it. Yeah. Okay, anyways, that's our first tangent for the evening.
Anyways, I gotta go for like part of the stream, but don't worry, you'll be streaming by the time we get back. I gotta get my mom birthday present for tomorrow.
Okay. I mean, I'm probably gonna go for like, an hour and a half more at most, I'd say.
Yes.
Probably.
Don't worry, you'll probably be here. Bye.
Okay. I don't trust that. Aiden time works so differently to everyone else's. So yeah, no, just to go over that, I suppose. What was I gonna say? Usually with that, like, what's up unicorn things, I tend to I want to cut these off either when they reach like 2 hours of runtime potentially. I think it was like an hour and a half last time because I started late, but I'll go 2 hours this time, or when I get to like 30 minutes through the video, or if there's like a scene where it feels like it's good to cut off because I got like through 23 last time. So that's the plan, just because obviously I don't know where else to put the split otherwise. So anyway, soon. I'm sorry, but I just met your daughters. Again, with an S, but I'm not ready to be a groom yet. Who said groom? We're making you the bride. What's your dress size? I only have one wedding dress. You gotta use that one. Anyway, do not worry. You'll move in tomorrow and stay with us an entire year. So they are waiting until he's 18. Probably so they don't have to go through the parental permission thing. Then you'll become a handsome bride for my daughters. Groom, sorry. I keep doing that. Line. Can we retake? For the love of God, who apparently is real in this universe, stop calling me a bride. Either I'm not ready to get married at all. That's not a full sentence. Either you're not ready, or what? That's not. Look, I get you're excited, and all because I'm your daughter's soulmate. See, that would be correct, a daughter's soulmate, if it weren't for the fact that the apostrophe is again in the wrong place. For anyone who doesn't know, it should be S apostrophe for plural possession rather than apostrophe S for singular. And that's something that Adri can attest we learned in primary school. Anyway, but this is all too sudden. And I'm honestly... Okay, so that I'm is correct, but the other one wasn't? Okay, anyway. I'm honestly scared of how things will go. I guess that's why you have a year to figure it out. How graceful, how gracious of, the school to provide 17-year-olds an entire year to figure out their life trajectory. In the company of another, or in this case, two. Anyway, don't get me wrong. Now meeting you and knowing your daughters, You sound an amazing family. You know what? I will give him a pass because he's just saying that to, appease the king. I get it. I get it. But even I'm still confused of what I should do now. Yeah, even me. Even I'm confused, and I usually know everything that's going on. No, he doesn't. He doesn't. I get it. You need time to think and understand that, especially understand that. What? All right. And I understand that, especially everything that has happened. What? D- I did I stroke out reading that sentence? But tomorrow you still have to move in with us because you are now my daughter's soulmate. Okay. Counter proposal. They move in with me. And I have several servants, including a very, very efficient butler. I don't understand. I can't live in my own place. I also have a home and a whole entire team of staff and whatnot. I understand, but you're now the soulmate of Royales. Many powerful people will come after you. So we're going to hide you in the place where all the Royales live. There you'll be completely safe. This is Kesser all over again. Hey, you know how you're being actively hunted down by a bunch of people? Well, come into this community here, and then you'll be sitting ducks for when they arrive, because we're not going to train you. Just please trust me and move in with us. If you have any butlers or maids, which I shouldn't assume because it's not a common thing to happen, they can move in too. I guess out of universe, this was probably an assumption based on based on so that the audience can tell, because like, oh, they're thinking what's gonna happen to the staff, like I was. But he doesn't know about the staff, so he shouldn't be finding that answer. It should have been, I can't believe I'm saying this, there should have been an added piece of dialogue here. I know, to this video, where Dane asked, what about my staff? And the Inda said, oh yes, they can move in too. That would have been the correct response here. Or well, the correct one. It'd have been a more efficient response. All right, fine. I'll move in tomorrow. Not even the right number of L's. Aside from the lowercase, that's okay. Right, sure. Great. Now I'll be able to see my future son-in-law every day. Nothing is official, and stop petting me, you old man. I applaud his confidence in back talking the king. Where's Mr. Dane? It's already 6 p.m. Hello, Mr. Dane. Is everything okay? I'm sorry. I have no control over this. What is he talking about? Hello, are you Dane's butler and caretaker? Okay, so daughters has a apostrophe S making it plural, but Dane's, which is actively a possession, doesn't have an apostrophe. Yes, and may I ask what you are doing here? Mr. Dane has become the soulmate of the Royal Demon Sisters. I think that was a correction. That's why it's like slightly larger. Although, okay, so we got the correct spelling of royal, finally. Good that that's there. We have come here to gather Dane's stuff. Again, no apostrophe. And move him to the Royale's palace. That could just have been the royal palace. You didn't need to. Okay. If you like, you can move into. Or move into. Did the trophy back there just disappear? I think it did. Yeah, let me just see that again. Oh no, we're just behind someone. Okay, fair enough. That's yeah, alright. Have they assaulted him now? No, actually. They went to they did the whole meet the parents thing. Or parents, I guess. and now he has to move in with them because powerful people will try to take him out otherwise. So in true Keseru fashion, they're going to move him into the place where everyone else who is targeted is also located. So they'll be sitting ducks. So yeah. Why didn't you come to tell me about this? I mean, I don't think he had time, honestly, but yeah. No, I didn't get a haircut. Maybe it's just because my my Freddy my Freddy trim is not as noticeable anymore because it's growing back. That might be why. Oh, or also my new headphones. That might also happen. Uh, I've got my old headphones here, but they were quite literally falling apart. So that's why. So I switched that at least. That might be what's throwing you off. Oh, is that okay? Yeah, fair enough. Like I said, I have no control over this. I understand that, but are you okay with all of this? It doesn't matter if he is, if he's got no control. Be okay. I've been able to gain more control of my mental state, and these royales are diff. Oh, well, if they're diff, then I can understand. So trust me, just this once, it'll be fine. I trust you, Mr. Dane. This is the first time I've seen his real smile in a long time. Though I'm a bit worried these people might get the wrong idea. Aiden went to buy his mum a birthday present and promised to be back before we finish the stream. So we're not going to see him again, basically. Later in the evening. Oh yeah, I forgot he still has the coat on. It's in the past. Another thing I'll appreciate is the fact that like the wings, do unfold because there aren't that many wings that look like they're folded. So yeah. Honestly, why was I gifted with such big wings? They're an actual pain. They're an actual pain. And I can't fly with them. I mean, that's definitely, an evolutionary error right there. But also, not necessarily the biggest thing I would have in his mind at this point, but yeah. I mean, yeah, it does seem like that's just not going away now. Maybe because it's been strengthened in the gym, so I guess he just still has that now, and it's just gonna and the strings don't manifest yet. So I guess no one's commented on it yet, so people just don't find that part weird, I guess. You're big to hold your weight with each flap. Yeah, that is true. I mean, I'm just thinking more like, maybe like the bones inside them aren't hollow, so that's why they can't support his weight on top of their own, maybe. But even then, that's still bad on evolutionary front. So I don't know. Whatever, let's just go to bed. After all, this is my last night in here. I'm going to miss this place. Evolution wouldn't fill them in. I meant like if he evolved the wings first and they haven't hollowed out through evolution yet. Like from his bloodline or whatever. Oh, I forgot music. I forgot to put the music back on. Yeah, let's do a different track. It's nighttime, so this one will work. Oh wait, good morning. Alright, sorry, I got one for morning. Oh, kind of cool of ass. Who the heck comes in here this early in the morning? Oh. I guess they like his PJs. Cool. Get out of my house. You'll come when I'm ready to go. But come on, let's go. But we're royals. I'm scared of how Mr. Dane will be with them. Okay, I think that's more of a case like, how he'll be like, mentally wise, not like how he will treat them. It's a little bit weirdly phrased, but I think that's what the implication is. Okay, new scene. Packing some last minute things. Yeah, after all, I'm going to miss this place. Do not worry, Mr. Dane. You can come back anytime. I guess I'm not going with you. I'm no longer a character in this. Your parents would be proud. It's alright, enough hugging. I only heard it because I'm going to miss you. Oh, you're going to miss this old retired butler. Oh, wait, I was about to say retired, but I guess he's retiring now that he's not employed by him. Okay, sure. You know what? Forget I said anything. Well, it is going to be lonely without you. Don't you usually have 1,000 bodyguards with you? On rare occasions, usually we take care of ourselves. Hey, you look like a girl. It's the bag, isn't it? I need to carry something small that I couldn't help. Enough game. We need to help Dane move. It is still like a bag he owns, so I don't know. Okay. And they just walk past the car they were presumably about to drive. At the mansion, which looks like a lower production value or build value than the actual room he had before. I guess the room is okay. This isn't dark as the other ones, or like the other ones would be the, yeah. I guess those are all the things I've got to see, like, why is there so much trash there, but okay. And again, the one thing that I can give What's Up Unicorn credit for in general, aside from, hey, that was like some actually nice, like, use of rotation for the screenshots. That was like a smooth moment. But yeah, What's Up Unicorn at the very least covers the room in props, even if they feel sometimes a little bit superfluous. Like, they're clearly obsessed with trees indoors in general, bonsai or otherwise. So there's that, but otherwise, it does make the rooms look more filled in, and is honestly like a facet of Gacha that, you know, unless unless it was like a very empty room already, in back in the day, it didn't really catch on. I do wonder how that's going to go with Chibi-mation, actually, because with Chibi-mation, there are so many different like assets that they're trying to include at the moment. Not to mention Gacha Life 2, where that was like a whole reason things were delayed or something because they wanted to include more as a competition was going on. So yeah, I do wonder about that. How much use people are going to get out of it. And yeah, for the time being, I don't know. Uh, and yes, the room itself, yeah, like I said before, I guess because again, they're restricted to just the backgrounds in Gacha itself. So maybe there was nothing that was. Oh wait, no, there are some ones in Gacha that are far more mansion suitable, I would say. Although maybe they're needed for like other rooms, uh, like for different scenes potentially. I guess, maybe. Man, who knew unpacking is exhausting? Everyone knew that. Hey, are you done in here? We need to. You look so peaceful. Oh, he's being strangled in his sleep. Oh well. Father, I brought my soulmate. He's officially moved in with us. Great! Then from now on, you will. Hold on, what? Wait. Go back. I missed that line. What did you say? Officially moved in with us. Great, then for now you will always be with my daughters. Oh, so you gave him his own room and then immediately like said, okay, well you have to move in with them in their presumably room, I guess. So what was the point of putting his stuff in the room? What was the point of setting up that scene if he's going to leave? Unless they're going to move in to his room, which would also be unfair on them because I guess they, outnumber him. They've got to move their stuff into, a presumably smaller room. That doesn't. Why? What do you mean by that? Well, you will share. You mean show them affection and love. You will go to their school. You will eat together. Oh, okay. So not the actual room. Okay, so not always necessarily, but during the daytime, during the awake hours, always. Okay. Anyway, and what do you mean by affection and love? I'm unfamiliar with the concept. Please define love for me. I wanna know what love is. Well, you're 17, right? Cuddling, kisses, support each other, stay together. I could just add that one in as an extra thing of yes, well, support each other, miss each other, hug, kiss, hold hands, sleep together, and then confide in one another. Just sure, throw that one in to see if he notices. Classic, of course. Hey. Mm-hmm. Yeah, about that, I think I'm gonna lock myself in my new room. Bye. Look, you're now in my mansion, my home, my rules. It's the least you can do. Oh, so he owes you now, apparently. You're the one who told him he had to leave his house, ordered him to because people would be attacking him, and apparently he owes you at this point. Sure, that makes sense. Okay. What was the first draft of this like? This is the first draft. Who am I kidding? Yeah, can we go back to I mean, honestly, last time Infinia was not nearly as bad as the first time, so hey, there's something to be said about that. Oh my. Anyways, yes, the least you can do. How dare you suggest otherwise? Yeah. I had no choice. I only met your daughters ago. I can see that there was a correction attempt here, but it was not filled in, but it was blanked out. Okay. A little peek into the only aspect of post-production that this series has. I don't know them that well. And I deeply apologize for that. I don't mean to rush things. I mean take it slow. You have 1 full year until you marry them. What's the rush? You could have said that to begin with. Aberration agreement, yeah. Now we'll try our best to make your stay here worthwhile. Oh, thanks again. Also, by the way, this is another thing where it said, oh, you've got the same school as them. But they already transferred schools and enrolled in his school to find him. Couldn't they just stay there to make it easier on everyone involved? Maybe not. Maybe not. Oh, I negotiate my daughter's bathroom. Father, that is way too soon. Yeah, way too soon. Come on. I know that, but we just moved in recently. This mansion is a little... Oh, wait, hold on. No. Go back. Go back. I had to pause that. Yeah. This mansion's a little old, so some pipes got plug. Some pipes got plug. That's a sentence. And the bathroom I use is too far away from your room, Dane. And those are the only 2 bathrooms in the entire mansion where the pipes aren't to plug, I guess. Okay. I mean, also, why? Yeah, I don't know, because bad plumbing plan, I suppose. I I truly don't know. Eh. Anyway, it's a great chance to build up trust and confidence. That's it. I'm done with this. I don't understand. Don't boys this age like this kind of stuff? Cuddling, kissing, a little bit of touching. I mean, he hates touching, first of all, but, you know. Ah, yes, kids these days. Cuddling and kissing. That's a thing that the kids are into. I guess he's not like that. So he respects boundaries, or maybe just sensitive. Like that, mate. Morgan, control your emotions. You know what happens when we can't control our feelings. What does happen? You kidnap people and teleport them away against their will? Is that what happens when you can't control your emotions? Because, yeah, that says about right. And if that is the case, then I have one thing to say to you. Control your emotions. Discipline your mind. Sorry, Father. Won't happen again. I'll keep better control of my emotions, or whatever. Want some cake? Cake! Yes! No, that's another emotional test. That was a test and you failed. You don't get cake. Oh. Sadness, you failed again. Anyway, just where'd you pull that from? You know what? Don't answer that. He probably teleported it. I don't know. That old man is insane! But at least he isn't like those Reals in the past. How bad were they? That's, another lingering mystery of this. I'm lost, aren't I? This is why I hate mansions. What are you doing here? Oh, thank God you're here. I got lost and I don't know how to get back to my room. Also, do you change clothes or something? I think you. Well, anyway, is that okay? You can help me lead back to my room. You mean lead me back to my room? But anyway, I've never really seen you smile till now. You're cuter and hotter than I thought. Okay. Shut up and bring me to my room. Cute and hot, but frustrating. How dare you ask to go to your room? Like, come on, that's so frustrating. I gotta, do things. You do realize who's in charge here. Yeah, your dad, not you. I understand I'm annoying, but I just... Oh, sorry. Wrong character. I understand I'm annoying, but I just want to get back to my room. Shut up. Wait. Oh, okay. So... Okay, involuntary activation of the thing. I guess that's why you just got to be careful now. You know, that does make sense, because... Yeah, imagine if she just, it's like, what time is it? I don't know. Yeah, you wanna watch out for that. Yeah. I get it now. What? It just pulled me on my neck. Oh, so he still can't see it. That's why he hasn't figured it out. Okay. Well, sorry about that. Can you please just show me to my room? Oh, wait. No, she does have control now. What? I thought... Okay. So they just got this soul, connection right now, but... So I thought, the first time was, involuntary. Okay, she doesn't realize, how, what she can do. But now she's worked it out. She's like, oh, I can activate that again. Okay, well, guess what? Yoink. And also, technical error here. It switched sides, I'm pretty sure. It switched hands, I think. Let me rewind to figure that out. Let me just do this again. Yeah, it switched hands. Because again, with Gacha, things mirror each other, so this is always going to happen. I keep saying this to people. Mhm. Oh, sorry, you're saying play the clip? Yeah. That's the problem with, like, putting my own music on this video. I can't see when, the chat is telling me, "Oh, yeah, that's a great idea. So, yes, let's go ahead and, play the clip with this image right now." What a great moment. There you go. Please, again? Really, I don't know. So sorry about that. I don't know what's pulling me down. And by down, I mean sideways, because that's not down at all. I might. What's wrong with your eyes? And we're back to sinister music. All right, let's see. Here he is. What do you mean? Ow! What the heck, sis? Can show you to your room. Yes, finally! Remember what father said. Control your feelings, discipline your mind, or whatever. Man, why you always gotta be so serious? The next morning. You know what? There's another thing as well, I guess, about this that I can appreciate is that, different mornings means that they actually do wear different clothes. So, yeah, I mean, that there's the advantage of if Ada were here, he'd probably say that the purple doesn't go with the red, white, and black of the rest of her. And honestly, if he did say that, he probably would be right. Especially considering it's more outline black as an accent. But the beauty of this is that at least it doesn't need to linger on. Or well, I'm lingering on the screen right now, but it doesn't need to go past this particular day. So unless the remaining hour and 13 minutes of this video is just one single day playing out, um, we should be fine to uh do some to switch it around a little bit, actually. It kind of reminds me a little bit of that one scene from Across the Spider-Verse, where it's just a montage of one entire year of Gwen Stacy sitting in like the same place, and it actually does have hundreds of different outfits and styles that she was in to signify that montage. Obviously, that's a much more extreme example, but my point is that I do appreciate when an art form does that, especially with Gacha, where that's been veto in the past. Not to mention also if this is depending on the version that Gacha is made with, it definitely can be more difficult to keep track of all that stuff. So yeah. What happened to Aiden? He went to buy his mother a birthday present half an hour ago. So I'm guessing he's probably either still doing that or on his way back currently. Yeah, he went to Shadow Realm to buy the present. He's buying the present in the Shadow Realm. Yeah, there you go. Anyway, is everything okay? Everything's fine. Glad you came. I need to discuss some things. Not something, some things, but some things, yeah. Here's a list I would like you to learn and do. Why? We're royals. Since you're my daughter's soulmate, you gotta learn some things. Oh dear. I thought I wasn't going to school anymore because you took me from my last day. I will be here to help. Say have him read the list first and then display, your affections. I'd say. This brings tears. Shut up, you old man. Nothing is official. Since then, I no longer went to school. The background looks like school, but it isn't. But have been forced to learn with the sisters on how to be a royal. And yes, they spelt it right. So yeah, again, we are montaging to a certain degree. Oh, hold on. No montage is complete without something in the background for it. Let me, what's this one? I've grown accustomed to this new life, but the sisters scare me. They're just standing there. They're just standing there! Anyway. Breaking news! We found out where Dane is. He's been kidnapped by the royals. We're sending a rescue party for him. Okay, I guess the montage is not going to happen, so I'll switch it again. I can't believe after all these years, that boy is still alive. Sir, what shall we do, knowing his presence? Pack my stuff and spread the news to others. We're going to reunite with my grandson. I gave this character the wrong age voice. Okay. Yes, sir. Why are you still here? Also, my mask did invert as well. That happened. 3 weeks later. Okay, I guess they did decide to, sleep in the same bed. Or, I'm... Well, the thing I find funny about this is, like, that's, by the way, that lump there's supposed to be, like, another coat or, like, a blanket or something. I thought the fact that, like, they're underneath the blankets, he's using those to cover up his wings, because of course he is. And he just decided, okay, I'm going to rest on top here, and hopefully they don't question that. So, okay. Bring back a meal? Oh, for the grandfather character. Yeah, sure, we'll do that. Oh, never mind. So, instead, they didn't agree to this, and they apparently saw him resting there with a blanket over just his wings, got underneath, wedged themselves underneath, didn't question the weight of the wings or anything, and surprised him when they were there. How? There are so many things. I think that's more confusing than the groom who didn't know his bride's name that I mentioned before was a real story. Yes, I'm going to be playing the clip constantly with this. All right, this, okay. Yep. All right. And also, again, one positive thing, at least like that background was the same color as the bed sheet. So as far as a perspective change goes, somewhat resourceful within Gacha itself. I guess like What's Up Unicorns were the only like channels I can nowadays, I guess, praise for working within the limitations of Gacha and not going to, post production for more than is strictly necessary. Last time I did a video like that was People Above, where I was trying to use as much Gacha Life 2 as possible and no other backgrounds from there. But even then, I, green screened people. So, yeah, I don't know. What's wrong with you? Don't boys like to sleep with girls? I mean, as long as they are aware they are doing so. Broadly speaking, yes. It's only been 3 weeks. When did I allow you to sleep with me? A good question. Father suggested it since we have spent a while with you now. Of course, that old man suggested to me from the beginning. Sorry, to sleep with me from the beginning. He had no respect. Another sentence, but you know what? He's agitated. I'll give him a pass on being, eloquent. He would be excellent at Gacha review. Yes. The best people available for Gacha review would be ones who have, suffered through a Gacha story. Yeah. But why does it have to be so sensitive? Isn't he a playboy? Shouldn't he like this kind of stuff? Actually, you know what? That does bring up an interesting point because, yeah, they're kind of right. I forgot about this aspect, but in part one, he did, he did, I guess, like, uh, go and have, I will charitably say, liaisons with multiple random girls that we never see on screen at any point. And he dragged his friends into that same concept. I mean, again, I still think that it's possible that he was doing that because he knew that he was going to be tied down directly after that. So he was getting in his last free opportunity, so to speak, to do that. But but yeah, it doesn't suggest like it doesn't seem like he knew those girls really well or anything. It was just like a case of like, oh, I guess well they're there. So I guess it's probably the reason that he is so hesitant is again because it's being forced on him by Destiny, so he's freaked out about it, and also because they got off on such a bad foot to begin with, and that impression I guess hasn't diminished over the past few weeks. You would have thought by now, I guess, like he would have warmed up to them in that sense. But you are, but she does bring up an interesting point. Like, yeah, if that is still a part of his personality, then surely he wouldn't find, like the act of, sleeping in the same bed as anything, too worthy of commitment, right? So yeah, that's a fair point. And also the resting was the hormone that made him submissive the second it became active. It's as good explanation as any, you know? I heard the other students you only play with girls' feelings, but never like touching us to respect others' personal space. That feels like a little bit of a retcon, but like I said, we technically never saw this happen. So maybe he just liked interacting with girls in general. It's like, hey, let's find some girls to, hang out with and possibly flirt with a little if the mood is right, which is definitely not how it came across originally. That feels kind of like it's almost a retcon, but also not quite because there's plausible deniability. So, well played, What's Up, Unicorn? Well played. Yeah, no, right? That's kind of cute. A playboy respects others and is sensitive. That's not a playboy then. What kind of playboys have you? Okay, anyway. I can dig that. I'm just talking about Dane, and we can dig it. I'm gonna teach that man a piece of my mind. Why do I sound like some kind of sensitive girl? Ew, girls. Gross. Again, based on his, recent experience of the last few minutes with two girls, in isolation, I can somewhat get why he'd say that, but also it doesn't seem to match. All right. The soccer ball and the shove next to whatever that spray bottle is. Yeah, as much as I give credit to What's Up Unicorn for filling the room with props, some of the props are a bit questionable. Like, for example, who puts a cactus next to a bookshelf? Oh, I would have my minute read through of Harry Potter. Better start from the very beginning. Ow! Like, that's what's going to happen. Anyway, you know what? Whatever they whatever sorry. You know what? Whatever. They are my soulmates, and I have to get used to seeing them half naked. Which I guess was the problem more so than them crawling into bed with you and hugging you from either side as you woke up. Okay, sure. As much as it disturbs me, I have to at least try doing it. For them. I shall peep respectively. I realized a month ago I was scared of them, And now I'm trying to be a good boyfriend. I'm declaring that for you, audience. I'm trying to be a good boyfriend because the montage didn't accurately confirm that for everyone. And we're not going back to redo it because, thousands of screenshots, time elapsed, blah, 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 blah. Cool. Does he ever say how much history I have with this mentality? I mean, fair enough, I guess. I was about to be like, hold on a second. Choose to lose respect for yourself to appease others to your own detriment. Yeah, that's why whenever I pull a self-sacrificial card, it is more often than not because the people that I would be directing towards me have nothing on me in general. So it's not entirely like I lack all self-preservation. I guess that's probably the difference. Anyway, oh, how the tables have turned. Kinda. Though if these royales are actually going to be my soulmates forever, then I might have to tell them soon. I presume he's referring to the whole angel wings thing, probably. But also be really funny if he just comes out as gay. Where the heck is Dad? I also like how all they did was just put like coats on and that's it. But I think that's no, they have changed. Never mind. Please come out as gay, I beg. probably too soon. The video. We're only 13 minutes in. Oh, hi, sweeties. Don't worry about me. I just had something to do real quick. Oh, he's completing a ritual. All right. Anyways, good morning. Is there something you needed? Again, a joke to be way funnier with sound. Please. Speaking of sound, let's get our next musical track in here. What are we gonna go with this time? Enchanted. It says my bun because it feel right. Yeah, there you go. Just consider using your power to handle matters like that. Thank. Sorry. Oh, sorry. Think it's a power for stuff like that. Thank you for the suggestion. But it's more fun to do stuff with no powers, whatever that stuff is. Whatever you say, Father. Your plan sucked. Wait, what? She means Dane just like us more if I'm sleeping with him. Did you not ask him first, you idiots? He's really that sensitive, even about sleeping. Hey, look, if someone's going to share a bed with me, I need to make sure that they're there first. Otherwise, I will roll on top of them. Or spread out, sometimes diagonally, because my feet get cold because I'm tall. So, I have to be aware that someone else is there. There's another presence in the vicinity, or things will get bad. Well then, this supposed to be a good husband for both of you. He can't stand the sight of you, therefore he'll be a good marriage material, of course. Actually the worst. Yeah, you know what? There is something about this. I think what What's Up Unicorn is trying to do is absolve the twins of a lot of the blame of fall upon them through the means of generational trauma. I suppose generational trauma, it does make sense that these actions would come from somewhere, you are correct. But the thing is that they're pushing back now. They also apologize for after teleporting him. Because I think What's Up Unicorn, by this point in their career, had realized that, you can't make romantic interest total monsters. Otherwise, people aren't going to, appreciate them. Or the audience might, but the characters themselves aren't going to have a reason to fall for them. So That's why I think they're supposed to be like, a bit more like naive or something. It's like, oh, we thought we were doing a good thing because, boys like sleeping with girls, and therefore we as girls can just plop ourselves down next to him. You know? I think it's meant to come across like they just have no idea what they're doing rather than they're actively trying to, yeah. Something to that effect. That's the idea behind it. And because, they're royales and they've only interacted with a certain amount of people, I guess they're probably also quite sheltered. So again, I guess that's why we're trying to like do this thing now because they had a little bit they have a rocky beginning, but we're one montage down, and knowing what's up, unicorn, we're gonna have another montage fairly soon or some repeat of that idea. So yeah, we're gonna that's probably it. So the obvious antagonist or the obvious antagonistic force has to come from someone else, and that's why the father is so involved and so much more extreme than they are. That's what it feels like. Absolving the blame from them because there's someone worse now. Yeah. So the song Video Girls, Boys Will Be Boys is what, yeah, okay. The difference between these two girls, which there's twins who look identical. Well, yes. Well, yeah, they're called. Well, yeah, I mean, well, first of all, yes, there are non-identical twins. These two, I think, are clearly meant to be identical, but magically opposite to each other. So, I think that's the idea behind it. Especially considering that, identical twins are ones who have split from one singular whole at one point. So that would also lead some more credibility to them sharing a soulmate. Aiden did say that I need to listen to more edgy songs. He recommended another one for another Aftermath parody, despite the fact that I said I'm not going to do any more Aftermath parodies for a while. So yes, but even then, he doesn't know that I have listened to my fair share of them, honestly. Just not the one that he sent me specifically. And to be fair, it was a good idea for an Aftermath parody, but again, I'm trying to diversify this month. Anyway, I guess you can say that. Oh, whole with a W, not with entirety. He doesn't listen to which would be good for a dude or wouldn't be good for a dude. Well, I mean, in Dane's case, that would be a problem, but Wait, don't you have school today? We still go to that? Yeah, we do. What? Oh, so you're telling them, don't you have this thing that you didn't know about? Here's the information you didn't know about. Again, fantastic writing, no notes. Yeah, I transferred you to a private school along with Dane, where it's more secure. Ah, yes, because no one would think to look at elite private schools for royal children or their significant others. Nope. Again, definite Kesseru vibes going on here. I told you a week ago while you were helping Dane with. Okay, so they just weren't paying attention. Fine. That makes more sense then. Even then, still not don't agree with the motivation of them of why they're going there. We're gonna be late. Wait, can we teleport? I've been moved to a private school without my permission. Oh, for a dude you were talking about like me, not for Dane. Okay, well, bear in mind I don't have to always sing all of the Aphmau parodies. Spectre of Vessel wasn't done by me. Well, it was written by me, but you know what I mean. That old man should have told me. He says old man more times than Ralphie from Christmas Story. Wait, I'm hearing loud footsteps. Oh, good, you're hearing loud footsteps. Gee, I sure wish I could. Anyway. They're getting aggressive. I should back up. Aggressive step. Yeah. All right then. The two is Feminine Rage by Peggy. Feminine Rage. Now there's a parody idea right there, Joey Wheeler. Anyway. Oh yeah, there, getting aggressive. Thank you. Almost missed that one. Anyways, dang, get your butt ready. So wait, I'm not ready to do it yet. Do what? You're going to school, you idiot. There you go. Okay, so we've got a uniform now, which I guess, and we're a compatible one with the whole coat idea, which they're still not questioning. And also, I like how they wear the uniforms differently to each other. Not excluding Dane, because of course Dane would, but yeah. Hey, why not? No, you all look so cute in the new uniforms. Look, I get you're all powerful and a royale, but why'd you transfer me without my permission? I mean, I did say in a previous scene that you were gonna be sent over there, right? You that was the thing I said. Plus, I still have a friend in my old school. I'm sorry about that. I don't mean to force things on you, but I have no choice. Yes, you do. It's more suspicious to have him just leave like that. Actually, you know what? Now I think about it, I guess oh, well, I guess I was gonna say why people figured out it was him, but then I remember that was a very public thing that they just announced in the school. So the soul bonding itself, and then he disappeared. So yeah, they do know it's him. Never mind. Never mind. Trust me, this will be the best for you and my daughters. Your friend's name is Max, right? How do you know that? You never met him. Well, I got info on him and arranged hangouts between you and him. That's how the princesses knew that he was 17. His last name was whatever it was, because they just have the royal archives on all the birth certificates of people. Ugh. You'll be able to see him multiple times a week, so don't worry. You're an interesting old man, you know? Aye. We're gonna be late. Let's get moving. Again, you can. I guess they have to know the place, maybe, but I don't know. Goodbye, Dad. First, I deal with old feelings. Second, my soulmates are royales. Oh, I guess. Also, okay, this feels like a recap that would have happened at the start of like another episode or something. And we are 15 minutes into this video, nearly 16, which does suggest that that would be a decent, episode length. I do wonder why What's Up Unicorn decided to stop, well, probably stop, but she did like one series, basically, of the small episodes, but the rest of them are movies. I wonder why, because on some level, I think their writing is also more suited to episodic content. It seems, at least right now, right now, when this video was made a couple of years ago, it seems like that. And this was around the time that series came out, the Dragon, whatever it was called. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Don't get me wrong, there are some old books that were originally serialized, like Pinocchio, for example, that are like one event after another because that's how they were written before. But even then, they have a beginning, middle, and end, like the series itself, and they got condensed for their movie adaptations. I mean, Sherlock Holmes is the most adapted character in history, and again, similar thing. They start off as serialized, in I believe newspapers and magazines. So over the course of several weeks. Count of Monte Cristo as well is another example of book that goes on forever, but was also because of how it was formatted before. So yeah, I feel like that's probably what we're dealing with here, except that there was no original serialized version. This is the end product, which is kind of a weird thing. Was like, okay, I feel like we've gone backwards here in adaptation wise. If there's no adaptation, but maybe there should be one, because like last episode, we ended off after the Royals teleported him away, and this one, now they've got a recap after they've gone to a different school together. It feels like a different point in their history where like a new status quo is happening. So yeah, honestly, that's probably why these videos end up being so long. It's because they're written like shows, but accidentally. Also, yes, this is what I was thinking of, Last Dragon. Oh, so it's gacha logic, yeah. The answer is gacha writing. That's what that's what the answer is. Anyway, third, I was forced to move out and learn to be a royale. Fourth, I had to transfer schools. Did you get that, audience? And now I have to deal with this. This is ridiculous. We're the only ones with eyes again. Why does this keep happening to me? No, seriously, why does it? And again, no sound effects, so bell rings like that. Yep. I never thought I'd be so happy right now. Happy. Come on, let's go. Also, I still was the same background, but it's the different characters. The background being the same actually was somewhat covered by the camera angles, which again I said before for like Slaughter Apocalypse, it's something that they would have benefited from. So if they'd use the same backgrounds, one after another, it actually, yeah, there's actually like a precedent for it. But yeah. Kids, it appears we have new students. Please treat them with respect. If you insult them anyway, you'll be sent to the principal. In any way. Like, not in any way, but in any way. As you always should treat people with respect. Tell that to tell to the princesses. I will not need to further explain myself. Yay! No further explanations in a What's Up Unicorn video. Finally, we can get on with the scene. Your Highnesses, you can come in. I'm not a royale. I hate this. I'm not a royale would probably be a good gacha title. Your Royal Highnesses, Lady Morgan and Maria. I won't point to which is which, you figure it out. He puts the Dane in mundane, yeah. Man, why do they keep telling us this? Like, we're gonna help you. We do this whole time. I don't know, myself? What? Okay. Hey, look. Soliloquies are as old as theater itself. Somewhat, almost, not quite actually, because theater used to be silent. Forget that. Soliloquies are almost as old as theater itself. So at least I get that, but also, not needed because it's not a serialized content. So, yeah. Anyway, I hope you and your soulmate Dane will enjoy your time. So, part of the idea of him being here, of Dane being here, was so that he wouldn't get targeted by powerful people. But you're gonna put him in a private school, probably more likely to be attended statistically by the children of powerful individuals. And you're just not going to be, and I'm not going to say, oh, well, I forgot what I was going to say now. Oh, no, yeah, I'm just going to tell all of them that Dane is, the Dane is, the royal soulmate. Although I guess maybe because he's always going to be following around, he always had to, like, be there as well. I guess it would have been suspicious. Here's what I would have done. I would have introduced, the the princesses in what, like, one day, maybe like Dane a different day, like sometime like a week later, or maybe the other way around, depends on which order they want to go by. Again, just so there's more coverage, like it to be you know associated. Although if school's also meant to be bonding time, maybe that's going to be a moot point as well. I really don't know. I don't know the answer to this question either. That's also a fair point. Does it look fancy? But no one else has that. It might be so formal. I'm seeking the attention or something. Oh, okay. No, she's fallen asleep. That's why. That's why. Okay, fine. Classic Gacha, where the teachers are useless and their actions are non-defined or just missing entirely. Despite the crowds and the attention. Oh, montage time. You know what that means. Overprotective scared everyone away. Whenever were outside the mansion, the sisters. Something. Hold on. Yeah, so again, I can see why with that overprotective nature, like, that's why he doesn't get close to them. Anyway. Whenever were outside the mansion, the sisters followed me everywhere. It was getting quite annoying and creepy. Like Victor Crumb staring at Hermione Granger in the library just studying. But of course, we had good times, and it was fun going to the malls as we have it all to ourselves. Except no, you do. Oh, well, that's probably one of the employees. Okay. Again, not suspicious at all that the royals would book the mall to themselves and not have the benefit of being in public. As always, the old man tries perverted ways to get me and his daughters together. Though the old man did promise I would see Max often, and he was right. Also, Max is the only person who other than my old butler, knows of my wings. Who knows of your wings? That's convenient. The sisters did become curious to why I wear covers all the time, so they inspected my drawers to find the covers rather than just asking me the question. That feels very backwards. Why don't you just ask? Okay. And just chilling in his bedroom. Okay. That wasn't there a second ago. But they never don't question me about it because they're idiots. Alright, alright. One more time, people. One more time. There's a lot of buttons are moving around today, that's for sure. What are you? Don't effing ask. One more time, one more time. Yep, okay, so I guess this is the angry streak coming out. Again, they've learnt to channel this magic, so I guess he's figured out what it is now, I would hope. Oh, and now we're back to, I guess, post-montage. It's back to, Gramps now. Okay. And I believe I got a request for his voice, so here we go. Or not. Okay, forget that. 1 month later. That's been 4 weeks this time, rather than 3. Honestly, these two never listen to me anymore. Anymore? When did they ever? A couple of times maybe, but still. You know what? I also like how like they have like different lying poses now. Like maybe they're more comfortable. Or well, I guess the twins are more comfortable. Not him, not so much. Well, there's no point in trying to talk some sense. And that's how Stockholm Syndrome starts. Welcome to Taming the Bad Boy. Or Bad Boy's Little Girl, honestly. No, Bad Girl's Little Boy. Wrong way all around. Anyway. And who knows? We may end up together. But that's a strong may. Yeah, very strong, like the bond that that literally binds you together, but okay. And see, this is why I wasn't worried about the shared bathroom because obviously, they could just enter at different times. Not a problem. What the heck? Why can't I see my reflection? Because WhatsApp, you've got to know how to edit that. Oh, I take it back. Okay, I take that back immediately. All right, there is some post production going on here. Ah! Dan, it is me, your romance partner, Baron. You do not seem very happy right now, Dane, whatever your last name was. I will take you to the baronies to meet my Stark father. Dane? Okay, see them coming in right now to check on him, that makes sense. Dane, I know I don't like sharing much, but please, tell me what happened here. Nothing. The glass just broke and I got startled. That's it. I mean, you might have like shards in your face or something, so yeah, you might get like looked at or something. Please stop worrying about me every second. I can perfectly take care of myself just fine. Your face is actively bleeding right now. I said I am fine, thank you. But no, it is good that he's standing up for himself at least, because despite that this is done to avoid arousing suspicion from them, they still need to hear this. So on that level, I can still appreciate it. We should get ready for school while we can. There is still glass on the floor, but yeah. I swear, deep inside he's just a cold-hearted person. And therefore he is the perfect soulmate for you. You're starting to get it. Well done, Morgan or Maria, whichever one you are. I saw his face was more than just startled. It was bleeding. I think he's scared. But not of something else. But of himself. And also us, probably us as well. We don't help our case. What makes you so sure of that? Have you realized how he's always wearing sweaters or something on his back? He called them covers in the montage, but, who cares about consistency? Never likes to talk about his childhood or where he came from. Always avoids becoming official with us. Father also checked for any records or files of his past. There's nothing about him, just his school and age and all that stuff we other found, like his social security number, all that stuff that we pointed out to him, but nothing else in the files. Again, they had to figure it out somehow. There's got to be some documentation of him. I will not accept otherwise. I just thought Dane was insecure. I wasn't comfortable sharing personal info. But now, since I've been ignoring these problems for too long, I'm truly worried for him. I'm having a character arc. Which is honestly fine at this stage in the video. I would hope that would start to happen. Hearing of how much you've talked about him, I can assure you not to worry. As his future wives and being powerful royales, he'll be completely fine under our watch. I mean, do they have any powers that can, overpower somebody, rebel insurgents or whatever they might be dealing with? Plus, hearing all that proves how much you've fallen head over heels for him. Worrying about someone means you like them, obviously. It was in my philosophy book written by a little 5-year-old. The fact you went through that much investigation, and by investigation I mean asking one question, and that's it. Just what else have you found out about him? I guess they don't share everything after all. information, particularly. Either way, don't focus about him. Don't worry about him. Focus on calming down and try to relax. Control your emotions. Discipline your mind, or whatever. Just be the smart and relaxed person you are. That Dane right now just needs to be taught a lesson. Little Shakespearean use of that there. Okay. We just need to give him time and he will eventually tell us what actually happened. It's been like 2 months collectively, so no. Plus a little bit of montage time. It's been like 2 months plus montage, so we've got like 10 months left. We're good. And stop feeling so panicked. This isn't like you and it scares me. Why did my powers freak out like that? Forget it. Most likely it won't happen again. Like, it wouldn't make sense. In school. Let me just check time. 21 minutes. We can go a bit longer. Man, I'm so bored. Yeah. Actually, you know what? This video isn't as boring as My Shimmering Husband. I will give credit here right now. So far, we haven't had too much in terms of repetition of scenes to the same degree that My Shimmering Husband did. You know, most of the other problems it had are still there, but that one, at the very least, you know, this one is doing okay so far. Again, I can just about see why My Shimmering Husband face planted and this one succeeded. I can just about see the difference between like how these two are executed. You know, even from fans of What's Up Unicorn, if they used to this kind of thing, then My Shimmering Husband wouldn't have gripped them the same way. So, you know what? We'll go with that. Anyway, this is the same thing we learn every single year. It's getting tiring. Actually, my primary school also worked like that. You know, we would study like a particular. Well, I mean, I know this is a common thing to do, like revision and such, and like talk about different topics. But seriously, like every year or so, we would cover the same topics, but in more detail, like year after year after year. So they introduce a complex subject material in simple details and then like elaborate on it when you're supposed to actually learn about it normally. And I guess you know what? They were also a private school. So maybe this is actually kind of true to life. Private schools that have their own curriculum and set their own things can do whatever the heck they like in terms of it. And that's what they tried, you know? Lots of revision, lots of exams about these topics, and those things they do stick, you know? I mean, it could just be me and my long-term memory or something. If Anthony was still here right now, I would have them like check in terms of what I said before about possessive pronouns, because that's where we did learn about those. But oh no, sorry, S apostrophe and apostrophe S. That was where we learned about that from teacher Sonia. So yeah, shout out teacher Sonia. That's the real name. Uh, but yeah, aside from that, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. So all right, I guess a little bit of applied knowledge here. Decently fine. It's getting tiring. And yeah, it did feel tiring at times, especially going over, when we thought, okay, was there more to do? Or were we lied to because things would seem like less simple than they were? But honestly, more often than not, no. Anyway, at least the sisters didn't ask me anything more in the morning. I'm getting so bored. We've already reviewed this. Like, come on. I feel like you could definitely cut, clips of My Shimmering Husband into this scene, and it would make perfect sense. Like if they were watching My Shimmering Husband right now, he would say the same things. Man, I wish something would happen right now. Oh. Oh no, the power's out. We better use the power of love to literally illuminate our way. I guess that works. Okay, that's weird. Dane, are you okay? Yeah, it's a power outage. I'm fine. I'm fine. I just zoned out a little. I guess we got no power. Huh? I like how because one twin is in the way, only one soul bond activated right now. Also, how do you oh soul not soul bond, soulmate link, there you go. Also, how do you know soulmate links can grow in the dark? Also, can I control that? Because I really need to figure out how to control this myself. Just now. I lost the sisters in the crowd that formed today. What crowd? When did that happen? Was there a crowd that just plunged outwards in the darkness? And also, can't you find them through like the bot? Oh, I guess he can't control the bonds, but yeah. Hey, think Twisper was standing in the middle of a hallway. You know what? That's valid. I don't like when people stand in the middle of a hallway and start like everyone. If you're gonna stop, go to the side to do something. So then people have a hope of walking around you. Especially because most school hallways aren't this wide, so it's even worse most of the time. I apologize for that. It's entirely my fault. I mean, you three don't have eyes, so I should have been more mindful of our eyeless population that can't get out of the way properly. Whatever. Just get your antlers out of my way. You're gonna impale my face like you did to the king that one time. Right, dude, let's go. He apologized. Hey, how come you're copying the way I'm wearing the uniform? Have we met? That's a bit of a coincidence, my friend, but yeah. I guess they need to have some sort of excuse as to why, he's gonna reveal his wings, maybe. I, if that's how we're doing this, surely they could just had like him, then bump into him and have the jacket like slide off rather than, him, I guess, trademarking the way that he wears the uniform, which only has a few certain ways you can wear it in general. I don't mean that like in a gacha sense. I mean just, but in a common sense, actually. So I'm not copying. This is one of just the many ways you can wear the uniform. Others do the same. Liar! Only I ever wear it this way. You mean wore it this way? You can't wear it that way. I will sue you. Deal with it. Hey, maybe we should go. Maybe we should go. Oh yeah, this guy's the soulmate of the Royales. I guess they're not in his class. That's fair. Lucas? Lucas! Dane! You can't control the soulmate link, but you can control others to vomit or something, I guess. Thankfully, you're okay. I think I guess like what's going on for him is either his angel powers are awakening in response to being like compromised, or his he's getting more powers from being the princess's soulmate, and they're transferring that over to him. I mean that's one use of the soulmate bond. Not gonna lie. You should be worried about me right now. Oh, wait, I forgot to unpause it. I'm so used to this, not having like anything to it. Yeah. All I did was give him a glare from. But did I? Dun dun dun. Well, I think my powers are going haywire. Duh! Dude, don't scare me like that. Hold on, gotta get some music in. Not this. Oh, I don't have the one I was hoping for. Uh, this one. Dude, don't scare me like that. You could have technically been right. Anyways, wasn't like your powers going anywhere? That's how it did. I know, right? Like, before I had to willingly use my powers, now they're just doing what they want. Like, I nearly made a guy throw up to death yesterday. At least I think. I mean, he made him throw up once. I guess he was on the floor, so I don't know. Good thing there's someone selling first aid kits in the background there that can help you if it happens again. Again, I like the detail that's been added into here of like that character, but also you added an extra, gave them no eyes, and also had them selling first aid kits. First aid kits, get your first aid kits over here. Made someone vomit recently. Well, we got a first aid kit for you. You can be first on the scene and wipe the vomit clean. And a few days ago, this weird reflection popped up when I was going to get ready for school. You know what? That's also a good way to show how much time has passed. Then I had a blackout. Then electricity started to go nuts. And... Is that how he falls asleep as well? Oh, no. That's just, I guess, the symbolism. Surely could just, like, have the people disappear and it would have the same effect, but... And another, like, a good detail here, I guess, the extra does at least react to the power, being like, oh, this might all happen. At least the sitters gave me some privacy. Yeah, we're like the store next to you, we just didn't tell you. We're like stalking you now or whatever. When did the lights go out? It's time for us to leave! Ah, reveal time. Alright. What should be like a spy for the grandfather? We're gonna wrap this up in a little bit, I think, or... You know, it's almost 2 hours, so let's give it like 5 more minutes. And then we'll like wrap up after the scene concludes. Okay. So I'd be ready to pals right now. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, but the question is how and why. I once stole your toothbrush used to brush my fur. You what? There you go. You froze the grass. Oh, okay, not frozen. What the heck? Okay, again, you know what? A nice, fade and resizing. Another thing that Gacha creators seem to be, averse to is having anything resize in any context. So, again, would have been great with like some some sound effects, but I've already made that point, so I won't repeat myself too much. They're still growing. There! Here! Still growing! But how? Because of you, Playboy. That apparently isn't actually a Playboy, we're going to call you that still. Yeah? Since you never were able to train your power spot when you were younger. Again, more info we don't have, but alright. I took it upon myself to find out what the amazing powers of what your bloodline can do. I'd spent all that time, instead of picking up grammar books, I picked up spell books. And no, I didn't exactly study you for years or something like that. It would have been a waste. I'm not like the twins, I could just ask you a question. I'll just watch it closely, it's time to use your powers. I'm like Midori with my notebook. So, question, what was it? Question, why are you so interested in me and my abilities? Like, I'm not typically a good friend. I'm not typically a good friend. And therefore you can't be interested in my natural born aptitudes that have nothing to do with my personality. Great. And also, clearly you're a good enough friend to want to hang out with him constantly, and you put in the effort to actually keep your relationship continuing with him rather than, letting it peter out. So, yeah, I don't know. Good or bad, it doesn't matter. You're my friend. Either way, I've always wanted to have powers. Dude, in my bloodline, I didn't get any kind of abilities. That's not gonna happen right now because of the whole Tilda's thing. Oh no, okay. Oh, this is an interesting way to do like a faceless character, or using the faceless thing to show that it's a soliloquy, sort of like having characters freeze on a stage. You know what? That's actually not that bad an idea. You know, for once, I can see the utility behind having a character's face disappear. I'm just thinking of Death Note now as a result of it, actually. But anyway. Man, Max is such an amazing guy. You're stuck with me, a guy who can't detach from his past. Crawling in my skin. I ignore Max a lot. Honestly, no you don't. I'm stupidly sensitive, I vote my emotions, spoiled, overreact. I never think twice, hate my own bloodline, I'm a coward. I think he's talking to me right now, but I'm not listening to him because I'm in my own head. You're doing that resting beep face. Yeah? That face do when you're trying to let go any positive emotions left in you. That's really not what was happening, but sure. Also, I guess being yelled at makes the flowers grow even more. And I guess that they've got like a distinct tint to them as well. And get out of there before you drown yourself in plants! Okay, and with that, we've got to 2 hours, so we will continue this next time. Just as like a little bit of like an ending thing there, I can appreciate like, you know, that Dane doesn't realize how much he's changed already. Because yeah, like I said before, I forgot about the Playboy aspect from last episode. Not that he's been given a chance to do that, but he's already such a different person. You know, obviously, like in most cases, that's a for worse situation. But this way, at least there's something for him to do, a subplot for him to work on, that it's going to result in a positive change for him rather than simply getting more and more submissive over time. Which is definitely the path that you would expect a story like this to take, much like Bad Girls All Boy, where CJ was already quite, you know, nervous and shy in general, so he was honestly the perfect prey for them. In this case, Dane has a longer way to fall, and also, like I said before, his let's call what they are, his captors are definitely intended to not come across as to the same level of monstrous that CJ's did, because they have the idea where they're falling for him naturally rather than the soulmate bond being responsible, or at least like that's what it's implied to be. I still think it gives off, you know, Blood Moon Curse vibes, but that's, you know, that's the genre, that's the trope, so I can expect that. But if you take that out, you get something where, okay, they're actually, you know, they're actually figuring this out. They're you know, they're growing as well. They didn't start from as bad place, but they're growing as well. So maybe by the end of this, if they do end up getting together, it will be after they have become the best versions of themselves, and maybe then they'll be more compatible. Which is an interesting idea to take in a, you know, from a genre that already relies on consent being tossed into the deepest abyss. You know, so, and therefore the bar is extremely low. You know, I can see what's Typical trying to do, and I appreciate anyone who tries to actually, you know, do something character based and subvert what's going on. So surprisingly, didn't actually didn't actually think I was ever going to say this. This part of the video, this segment that we covered today, wasn't as bad as I thought it might be. You know, like again, by What's Up Unicorn standards, or by soulmate standards in general, like that's, you know, it's up there with probably like, you know, as mildly decent as it could be, I think, with the exception of the old man, which I guess is what we're going to call him, you know, because again, he was very clearly introduced to be the proper antagonistic force for them. So we don't. So I think it's probably like a fairly transparent attempt to do something along those lines. Similar to what Aiden would say in a situation where he's talking about, different writers of, major TV shows and such, and like how he speculates on like their hidden agendas. It feels like I'm doing the same thing here with also Unicorn, but I have as much evidence as him, so be it. You get a bit of an Aiden review, even though he's not here. He's probably gonna show up in the last couple of seconds for the final thoughts, isn't he? But yeah, like obviously the rest stuff I said before still remains, and the fact that this feels like it could have been split into episodes, writing wise, I still feel like that's probably what should have happened. Maybe there would have been more time to spell check this and actually make it and make the senses seem like you're not stroking out as you're continuing to read them. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. The usual vitriol I have for this particular channel is lessened here, and that's probably for the best. I still think they probably should have gone back to Olympic gone back to their school, but they could like clear this up. What kind of powers do they actually have? If they're powerful enough, could they not defend him regardless of the location of where they were? It was a whole mess. Did they not think to that would actually, by the way, could have also been an excuse for why they teleported him away at the start of this. If it had been because they knew he would be a target right after he was chosen, then you could have excused the idea of like, okay, we've got to get out of Dodge very quickly, rather than what actually happened. The biggest concern about this whole thing, of course, is the way that, even despite not being as monstrous or like as antagonistic as they could be, the twins still push the relationship in different ways when they don't blame their father for what they've decided to do. Their naivete can only get them so far, and they definitely need to all have a conversation together at some point about this. Unfortunately, because Dane is also quite cagey, doesn't open up, that's not going to happen for some time. But then again, this video is excessively long, so you know that that's going to come about at some point. Maybe next time. And we'll probably find out more about the powers as well, because, that's clearly like foreshadowing of this idea of like, okay, his powers are something to do with electricity, maybe, or about like a discharge of energy. And they're tied to his emotions, so that's why there's like, that idea. So that I can understand actually, but we'll make this. This would probably be five parts at least, I would say. Compared to my Shimmering Husband, which was 4 parts, but it almost became 3. So yeah. And we'll get out of Dodge quickly, and I know. Get some food or something. So yeah, was it Iceless Plants or was it just blue? It could be just that's his powers, but yeah. I don't know. We've got a long way to go still, and the mystery is only just beginning. So you know that it's gonna persist and remain, and maybe we'll get some we'll get to the repetitive side of what's something called next time. Maybe not. Maybe that was just for my Shimmering Husband. We'll see. I can at least say this is better. I'm actually, not wishing to jump away and throw myself out of the room as much this time. Take that for what you will. But to everyone else, of course, please leave a like or dislike because your opinion matters. Subscribe if you haven't done so already, and comment down below if you prefer this or my Shimmering Husband. Which one traumatized you less? So, and on that note, until next time, farewell.